Yeah, yeah. Yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy Mello, man. I'm just saying, let's talk about it. Broken Mute Button Network. You feel me? Like and subscribe. You understand? Um, I got a lot of things I want to talk about, but the first thing I want to do is introduce my guest today, my homie Trail, aka Danny K.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
bring him into the building.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Trail, aka Danny K, aka Big Face. Yeah, man, I'm here to just elaborate with the homie, man, and excited to get into what we, came here to discuss today.
Listen, man, I appreciate you coming through. I appreciate you coming through on the show.
Thanks
I
for having me.
appreciate
Sure.
you. You know how we get down. You know what it
Already,
is. So
already.
so let's get right into the topic. Let's get right into the
Yeah.
topic. So the topic is the prison system is working with the hip hop industry.
I
Hip
could
hop
agree.
is in cahoots. Hip
Mhm.
hop is coerced with the prison system. So
Mhm.
this is my opinion. My opinion on it. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. This is my opinion on it. Basically, they have made to where people are they all the hip hop music that we hear, everything that we hear, everything that we doing, all of the and it started with NWA, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
give me
Okay.
your opinion because you
Okay.
know I could go I could go
For
off. So
sure.
let's start with the fact of NWA. Go ahead, boy.
For sure. Well, it's crazy you saying the WA. Like this is something I'm really passionate about talking about. Because it's so important to know the history behind what everybody's following. Like a lot of these kids following the narratives and following the messages in the music. But it's always good to know your history. You know what I'm saying? So going back, with the NWA, that's a great way to start the discussion because I feel like the origin of rap had a positive message. Originally rap was something that built a culture that was pretty much like a haven, so to speak, for black people to be able to come to and join together. And it wasn't any attacks on the mind. You get what I'm saying? Like before they
Right,
infiltrated
right,
and it became an attack on the mind. And I'm not even saying that NWA was purposefully doing what they did. It was just them adding their perspective, but it was a one-sided perspective that unfortunately shedded light on the murders, the deaths, the every day in the hood, at least in LA and Compton and many other hoods on the other sides could relate. And that started the gangster rap, and a lot of the old heads
facts.
in that time,
That's what I.
I'm 31 years young. So, of course, a lot of this stuff that I know due to research, I was 4 years old in 90, I was 2 years old in 94. You know what I'm saying? So I had to do
Right,
my
right,
research,
right.
but I'm definitely a student of the game. I understand you know, uh, this all originated from stuff like that. So anyway, the reason why
So
the
look,
older people look, oh yeah, for sure though.
so look, not to cut you off. So look,
Mhm.
this is something that I looked up. You can look it up on Viral Hip Hop News. You can also look it up on Jasmine. I can't pronounce the other name, so I don't want to say that wrong. But there was conversations about the fact of the matter that listen, this is the music that we want to put out. This is
Yeah,
hip hop is something that's busting. The powers that be, the
yeah,
upper the them people,
mhm,
they the 1%, them people that control all of the media, that control everything.
for
They
sure.
basically had a meeting about it. They had a meeting about it and said, all right, so how can we get people in our prisons? So what they
Mhm,
do, let's start gangster rap. Start
mhm.
gangster rap. So they don't want to hear no more positives, no more positive music. And I want to say like
Yeah,
common sense, um,
yeah.
um, um,
KRS
even
One, you know,
KRS-One,
conscious music.
they didn't want that. They didn't want that out. The backpack music. That's what they used to call it.
Yeah.
Backpacking music. Like you dig
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So, but there was a meeting that these okay, I'm trying not to curse too much, but there's a meeting that these people done had to where they decided that okay, how can we? Hip hop is a commodity. It was
Yeah.
something that I'm talking about hip hop. I'm talking about hip hop, and then they
Mm,
turned it into rap. Then they
mm,
turned it into rap. You
okay.
dig what I'm saying? Hip hop and rap is two different things.
Okay.
Hip hop and rap is two different things. You understand?
Good point.
So
Yeah.
hip hop was basically, you nigga, we outside, we on our hoodies, nigga, Tims and boom, we doing that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rap became chopper chopper bang 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 bang, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, what I found out through just doing my research and everything and understanding everything that they actually did this. They did this and they did it on purpose. They
Mm,
did it on purpose because if you influence the youth, if you influence the youth to be a trapper, to be a trap god, to you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, do everything illegal. If
mm.
you influence them to do it, they're gonna do it. And then who's gonna make the money? Who makes the money off of that? Who
House
makes the
always
money
wins.
off of that? The house always wins. Thank you, cuz
Hun-
the house
hun-
always wins. You
mm,
you feel me? So
I feel
and
that.
this is something that they done put out already. So now that's why you got all of these little niggas that's running around they not talking about nothing. They
No.
not saying nothing. Hip hop was about speaking truth. It was about speaking about, what you going through, but at the same token, just having fun. You dig what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? At the same because this is the only thing that black people have. This is all we have for this situation. This is all we got. We can't do rock. Meanwhile, they stole rock and roll, so I don't want to go too far. But like
That part.
we it, we actually always have exactly what the masses need. And then guess what happens? They
Yeah.
take over it and they control it. And the way that they have control of it now is through the prison system and through
Mm,
and through the media. Now listen,
mm,
now Tom Warner, these are facts. Tom Warner and any other major TV people or media people, they have stocks. They have stocks in
mm-hmm.
prisons, private prisons. They have stocks in private prisons. This is what they have. They do have it. So what they want to do is to promote that everybody. As soon as people talk about shooting people and hustling and selling drugs, guess what? The youth is going to hear it. They're going to hear it, and then they're going to start doing that because they think that that's the way to make money.
That's the way
You
it
dig what
is,
I'm
right?
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but when it's not what it is. So what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying is that the industry controls the masses.
Mm.
They control the masses. This is where this is how they control us.
And
So
may
go
I
ahead, bro.
add,
I'm gonna let you rock.
absolutely
Go ahead.
awesome point, man, because it really, it's the alley hoop for what I want to get into. But I wanted to
Go
add,
ahead,
like,
run it.
being a 90s baby, and being in high
I'm
school,
80.
for sure, 90s gang over here. All my 90s babies stand up. Y'all know what's up. Uh, but
80s,
you
nigga.
know, right? But as a 90s baby and being in high school from the years of, like, I want to say, well, I was class of 2011. So I've been in high school,
Okay.
around 2010, 2009, and through on there. I witnessed, the music and how heavily influenced we were by our music, as a young black male, um, who didn't really, have a relationship with his father, because that's crucial too. It allows you to get your influences elsewhere. Mom, she gonna tell you to be good. She gonna tell you the moral stuff you should know as a man, right and wrong. But as far as, like, the male voices, that I would go off of, most of the time it was an artist. Most of the times that got me
Right.
through what I would call hard times would be certain
Right.
conscious artists. But the moral of it all is that music raised me, and music
Right.
raises our
And
youth.
music raises everybody. So
So
look,
yeah.
not to cut you off, brother. Not to cut you
Mhm.
off, brother. But let me show you a clip, or let me show y'all a clip of exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Stereotypes of
The-
black and brown people depicted in hip hop music? What if I told you that some of the biggest music companies are in cahoots with private prison owners? And that the rap music we listen to is not only meant to entertain, but to verbally and visually support criminal behaviors that funnel disenfranchised people into these private prisons? Lastly, what if I told you I have proof? In 2012, Core Civic, formerly known as Corrections Corporation of America, the biggest name in the private prison industry, contacted 48 states offering to buy their prisons. One requirement of eligibility for the deal was particularly strange: an assurance by the agency partner that the agency has sufficient inmate population to maintain a minimum 90% occupancy rate over the term of the contract. Wait, right? What? What kind of legal and ethical measures could be taken to ensure the maintenance of a 90% prison occupancy rate? Now let's work together to connect these things, because I'm sure you're a smart person. It won't be long. Let's do the work. In 2012, a mere 232 media executives were responsible for the intake of 277 million Americans, controlling all avenues necessary to manufacture any celebrity and spark any trend. Time Warner, as the owner of Warner Brothers Records, can not only sign an artist, but since they're also owners of Entertainment Weekly, they can also put an artist on the cover by next week. You think you choose what you listen to, but do you?
That's good stuff right there, man. That's
you
good
feel what
stuff.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
You feel what
yeah,
I'm saying? So
yeah.
so this is what they put. This is what's happening right now, but nobody don't realize it. Nobody don't see it for what it is. You feel me? Everybody is in cahoots. They're in cahoots with each other. And I say cahoots, and like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk my shit, my niggas. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm always gonna be me, cuz you know that. So
yeah, for
I'm
sure.
but what I'm saying is that it's obvious. It's right there in front of your face. It's right in front of your face. So what they did was what it's called, the hold on. Let me get my notes. Corrections Corporations of America.
Yeah,
Correction Corporations of America. You feel me?
yeah.
That's the prison system. That's private prisons. That's private prisons. And
Uh-huh.
they, for some reason, are in cahoots with Time Warner and the rest of any other media platforms that we use.
And you
You
know
dig
what
what I'm
that
saying?
tell me? Yeah, I want to add on that,
Yeah,
man. Like
go ahead,
with
run it,
that,
run it.
for sure. So, we the it's like we the product, but to us, we're not understanding, or we're not understanding the layers behind the surface, which is,
Overstanding.
I came from the hood, I never had shit. My message is making me some money. You get what I'm saying? And I'm able to take care of my family and get my homies and my day ones out the hood. We don't see past that. We don't understand that it's a huge
Mm.
conglomerate to this thing. It's a huge pipeline to this thing that originates way before just our raps, and a lot of people kind of just see their individual lives being changed and don't care about the effects. But now we're at a place where the
Right,
crime rate is high, the single mother rate is high, the death rate is high, and the prisons is getting filled up. We talking, it's regular. I'm in Atlanta. It's regular for a county jail to have 4 men in a cell, but the cell is the size of your bathroom. You know what I'm saying? So it's people getting crammed in, and we know most definitely that media and music play a significant role in how many young people is getting locked up for this, that, and the third. 9 times out of 10, what we call crash outs, we call them crash outs, just young lost brothers who just impulsive. They can get into anything at any moment. People dying for no reason. It's because of the stuff that they're putting in their head. Is ignorant music that they listening to, and it's causing them to act out. It's causing them to think it's cool to get locked up. And literally, people love to try to talk about, you know, supremacy and stuff like this, and pointing the finger as to why we where we at. But the reality is
Talk
a
that
lot of
shit,
that,
bro. Talk that shit.
yeah, a lot of us are past that. It's been a long time since the damage has been done to us as a people. How long we gonna keep making excuses about who did it to us when we are grown and wise enough to, we've seen both sides. We bit of the apple of the tree, so to speak. We know good and evil. Like we know
Mm, mm.
what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, a lot of people are deliberately doing the work for the supremacy. We don't even have to talk about supremacy because we the agents. You know, the young dude who think that it's okay to go and rob somebody his own color and take something from him because
Take
of
the suit.
some nigga that he listened to on the audio, who ain't even gonna come through and bring turkeys on Thanksgiving, who ain't even finna
When even
do
do
none of that.
nothing.
Niggas not finna
None
come
of
to your
that.
school, and if they come to your school, they in and they out. They ain't really leaving no message. They just kind of coming as an idol to you, but they don't mean any well to your personal life. And it's too much of that. At this point, the rappers are the new agents, because now we're at a point where a lot of these guys are smart enough to understand what they're dealing with, because they're rapping it to us. Even the conscious ones are rapping about understanding what they did, decisions that they've made with these corporate monsters, but they still dropping albums. And the albums they're not trying to do anything on the back end, maybe a small select few. But at the end of the day, if we want to find the problem, we have to start with the entertainers first, because they're the ones who deliberately doing what they doing to us as a people. That's my opinion on that part. But
So,
100, you know,
yeah, that's 100,
which
man. You
ties
said a
into the
whole
prison
bunch of,
system and that attitude and that tradition, so to speak. We've made a new
mm,
tradition. Our
mm,
generation has made it a
mm.
tradition to, when you get money, that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? You shit on the haters. You know, you show niggas how to do it. You show niggas how to we flex, how we, you know, you do this, you do that. You know, you pop bottles, you pop models, so to speak. You know, you get fly. But see, that's what
Yeah.
culture turned into, and that's the problem for real, because we're not talking about respecting our women. We're not talking about messages like Pop tried to spread, or certain artists tried to
Mm,
spread,
mm,
where we want to
mm.
kind of combat the negativity, because we see that it's negativity intentionally being pushed upon our youth. There's nobody standing up to try and bring the balance to that and push
And
back.
the
It's
dudes,
more so, yeah.
and the dudes who do try to stand up, not to cut you off, but the
No,
dudes who
you
do
on
try to
point.
push back, you don't hear them. You don't
You
hear
don't
them
hear
no
them.
more. You can't
You
hear
don't hear
nothing
them.
from them. You don't get no,
Facts.
like, you know what I'm saying? You don't see them on no records. You don't see them on no, like, you know what I'm saying? They don't get that,
They don't
because the
get the
fact
shine.
that they don't get no shine. They don't get no shine. They don't get their flowers. They don't get that. The only way that you get your flowers and get your shine is if you get down
That
or
right.
lay down.
That right. That
And
right.
and and I say that in every which way anybody want to take that,
However the
because y'all
shoe
see how
fits.
Diddy do it, however the
Yeah,
shoe fits. Like,
that
you
part.
feel me? This is what
That part.
this is where them niggas is at. This is what's
Hmm.
happening. So when you see these niggas on TV, when you see these niggas on commercials, and when you see these niggas getting all of this money and everything is all good, guess what? They done suck somebody dick, or they let somebody put something in their ass,
I
some type of
agree.
shit like
I know
that.
that's
That's
going
how
on. Yeah.
that's how I feel. That's how
Yeah.
I feel. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And Gotti going to say, yes, I'm bringing it back to Diddy. But like,
We
I'm
on
like,
did
listen, look, no, pause. You gotta
it.
pause that shit. You
Big
gotta pause
pause,
that
man. Hey,
shit.
look, we in Atlanta. We ain't
Look,
pausing as much, but
big
I
pause.
swear I ain't on that. I ain't on none of that. Pause.
All right, so look, yeah, you already know, cuz. You already know,
Talking
perk.
shit.
You already know what
We
it is.
popping shit. You already
Yo,
know,
let's
bro.
go. Just talking shit, nigga. I'm just saying. That's what this show is about, bro. That's
That's
what
a
this is
hundred,
about. We
bro.
just talking shit. So, yo,
Hundred,
look, let
hundred.
me throw into another clip. Let me hear how you feel about this clip, this next clip. We gonna
Okay.
run it.
Now, I know that's not news to some, but when the use of these media conglomerates is cross-checked with ownership of the biggest names in prison privatization, it's starting to get a little fishy. The largest holder in CoreCivic, formerly Corrections Corp of America, is Vanguard Group Incorporated. Vanguard is the #1 largest holder in both Viacom and Time Warner. Vanguard is also the largest holder in the GEO Group. the second largest owner of private prisons in the U.S. The overlap in private prison / mass media ownership is disturbing. Let's make this clear. The people who own the media are the same people who own private prisons. The exact same people. They make money from getting so-and-so from the hood to glorify the life they live. And they don't care about the impact it has on others because money is the motive. Then when the music influences others in criminal behavior, they make money from all the impressionable low-income people of color that are expected to go inside their private prisons. You can research these companies yourself, by the way, it's not hidden. Now, if you want to take action and stop motivated racist schemes like this from happening, we need to create a platform where the real culture of hip-hop can...
I have a point.
You dig what I'm saying?
That brings me to a
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
So,
go ahead.
so
Go ahead.
back speaking on the younger generation, it's a rapper that came out of Houston, but he also had ties from Cali. It was a great blend. He made gangster rap, but he was very talented, but very young. He go by the name of Tay K. Now Tay K
hmm
had this huge song called The Race. The Race. And the beginning of the video started with it showing his wanted poster and he next to it smoking a blunt. And it wasn't a poster that was made for props for the video. This was a real wanted poster because he was on the run and cut his monitor and started to do what he did. But what he was on the run for was murder. He was associated with murder. I don't believe that he was the one behind the gun, but just sticking on topic, he was wanted for murder. It was multiple murders. It was beating an old man. They was running the streets rampant. They shot a girl accidentally and killed her after getting into an altercation with somebody at a Chick-fil-A, and bullets flew and hit an innocent young woman. So I say all that to say now he's locked up in Texas, where if you know anything about Texas, they're not playing about that murder. They lynching over there about that murder. You know what I'm saying? You are on death row. At the door, you facing death row if you done put some people in the ground.
It's the truth. You're done.
And the fact that he boasted it, this is the relating to the video. It intertwines because see, the same people that allowed his song to blow up, the same platforms, social media platforms, the YouTubes, all of that, right? These platforms,
Instagram, all of that.
The algorithm blessed his music to the point where millions were exposed to this song, and it became a viral song. It made the radio. So now we can get into a deeper discussion. We know what the radios are tied into. It made the radio.
Right.
I'm on 107.9. That's the biggest station in Atlanta. That's where if you anybody here, that's you on 107.9 or V103. He's on both, getting spins throughout the entire day. And it's crazy because that song was the peak of his career and also the demise of his life. But guess what? On both ends of the spectrum, someone made money off of him. They're making money right now.
They made money.
Every day.
They made money off of that shit. They made money off of that shit
right now. Yes.
And
that's crazy.
To this day. So now look, so just to piggyback off of what you were saying, also you realize how they made drug music? It's drug music.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
Wiz
All
Khalifa.
of a sudden, everybody gotta have sipping lean. Everybody sipping lean. Everybody got bitches doing white lines. Everybody's doing all of that. So subliminally, they're selling using drugs. Now, what happens when people do drugs? What happens when people do Future? Yep, Future. All of them niggas. So what happens when people do drugs? They go to jail.
Yeah.
They go to jail. Like, so this is a marketing scheme that the industry has had back in the place. So I'm gonna throw it back all the way back to my NWA shit, right?
100.
So when it comes to it, gangster rap wasn't started by gangsters. It wasn't started by gangsters. It was started by the industry. It was started by the powers that be. Now I'm gonna say white people, because white people got the most money, but there's a lot of Uncle Tom that's up there also. You
Mhm.
dig what I'm saying? So it's black people involved in this shit. It's black people involved in it. But basically, if you want to give it to, if you want to throw blame to somebody, we gonna throw it to the crackers. We gonna
Yeah,
throw it
because
to the
they own
crackers,
everything. We don't own enough to
bro.
say we doing it. We're playing the
Yeah,
part that they want us to play through being manipulated. But yeah, you're right. They running the show.
yeah, they run the show. They run it. So even all the way back then, it's what they want us to see, what they want us to portray it as. So what they nigga Ice Cube is not a gangster.
Mm,
Let me say that. That
yeah.
nigga's not a gangster, nigga.
So you don't
None
think
of
Ice
the
Cube was
niggas that
outside?
no. I mean, he was
Nah.
outside, nigga. He was probably
But
chilling. He was
I
probably
mean, in the
chilling.
sense
But
of living any of his raps.
that nigga ain't busted grape in a fruit fight, nigga.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like that nigga, he ain't never did none of that. He ain't
Mm.
never did none of that.
I think
Neither
Easy
did
was
Dre.
closest out of all the NWA out of any
Easy,
who was
yeah,
actually one
easy
foot
was
in
the
there. Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
easy is a nigga that he really was in the streets, but he was trying to get out. That's it. But the rest of
I ain't even gonna get
NWA,
started on
all
Dr.
the
Dre. I ain't gonna get started
yeah,
on him.
nigga,
I did my
nigga,
homework.
all them
I
niggas is
did
pop
homework on
tarts,
bro. That's
nigga.
crazy.
All them niggas is pop tarts, cuz. All
Yeah,
them niggas
man.
is pop tarts. Like they fruit pops. They fruit pops, cuz.
That
Like none
nigga
of these
sweet over
niggas
there.
is real. They
Okay.
sweet. They sweet.
Yeah.
But
Talk to
but
me.
like but the industry put them out on Front Street to make
Mm.
it seem like so that way the youth could be looking at, okay, them guys, let me follow behind that. Let me
Mhm.
do that. Let me be like them because look at how they made it. So I could be a thug. When it
Yeah.
came down to nigga, they were just trying to lock up the youth. They were just trying to nigga depopulation. You feel
Mm.
me? Like I know I
Mhm.
go on tangents and shit, but
No,
like real nigga
that's where it's
shit.
at. That's
The-
what's happening.
these niggas is not your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, my nigga. Them niggas ain't about that life.
Right.
They're not.
Right.
They not. Like they don't do that.
And you
They
know
don't
what?
do that
That's
for real, for real.
quick side note that made me think of Paid in Full, one of my favorite 90s movies, because in the beginning, of course, it was drug dealing, but drug dealing and rapping was hand in hand, because when you when you sold the dope, the whole thing, and this is a part of pushing the tradition, so to speak. What the tradition was, if you you're a rock star, or the modern day rock star, through drug dealing and through rap, you live what you rap, and if you rapping it, you living
That's
it.
how
That's
it's
how it
supposed to
was.
be. That's how it
And
was.
that's
That's
how it
how it
was.
was.
Whether it's
That's hip
gangster
hop.
or not, right? It was your truth,
But that's hip
and it
hop.
wasn't nobody else's truth. But then it turned
Facts.
into,
Facts.
you notice when Ace Boogie, or yeah, the guy from the cleanest, he
Oh,
started
Ace. Yeah, yeah.
Ace. So my boy Ace, you saw in the end when he was able to kind of reflect on the game and see how it changed, and how he was saying was, and it showed all the guys doing what they used to do. But when they used to do it, it was, we really lived it. This is why we're showing it. This is why we here. And this is why we the heroes of the hood, so to speak. Like, because they know we really about what we talk about. We men that stand on what
Right.
they who they is, because you can prove
Right.
it and you can
Right.
look it up. But you can't pull up
Right.
a lot of these guys' street credibility, but they're the main ones telling people in the streets to do things they never did, which is the messed
That
up
they
part
never
about the whole
did.
thing. They kids is in private school. They kids talk intelligently. Like, I remember
Houseway.
seeing Biggie's son. That man was in private. Now, I ain't saying that nothing's wrong with that. And rest in peace to Biggie. No disrespect at all to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
legend.
no.
It's just,
R.I.P. B.I.G.
yeah,
R.I.P.
yeah, big
B.I.G.
facts. But at the
But
same
I
time,
see your point.
him
I
and
see your
many
point.
other
I see your
examples,
point.
yeah, they rap like Future. He came out and said he don't even do drugs like that. But you still promote the lean. You got a lot of people that's dead because of gut issues, because they couldn't drop the
Drug music.
lean. But most of them listen to Future. If you did lean and you did the Dirty Sprite, you probably heard the Dirty Sprite mixtape. He has 3 sequels to a Dirty Sprite mixtape, but this is the same guy whose kids is in private school, so they get theirs out of the way, and then they
T.I.,
continue to
look,
oppress the
T.I.
rest of the
son.
masses. T.I. son
T.I.
never
son.
had a hard day in his life, but want to be gangster, want to be all of this stuff, but he wants to be like his dad, so to speak. But at the end of the day, his
And
dad's been
guess
out the streets how long, and he still was promoting that. Now I will say T.I. tried to pivot his career and his message throughout his years after he was, facing jail time. Then he tried to act right,
he's yeah,
but
when he's facing that real time.
beforehand
When
he
he's
was
facing that
gangster.
real time.
But the moment they threw you a bid, or was about to throw you a bid, you're on trial for a bid. Now you're retracting all of your statements. So that's the problem. When it get real and the real shit knocks at the door, we start to see who's showing and proving. Is majority of the industry is people who they ain't really down for that type of life for real. They not
They
really
not
trying to
about
go
that
out for what.
life.
Nah,
They
nah.
not about that life. Like, so I'm gonna make another example. Lil Wayne, that's
Lil
another
Wayne.
nigga. That
Lil
nigga
Wayne.
has never busted, like, he ain't bust no gun, he ain't sold a drug. That nigga been a millionaire since he was 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
When, Houseway, when did this nigga ever sell drugs, have to do anything? This nigga been had money since he was a teenager for a preteen.
Mm-hmm.
But he promotes to the youth
Mm-hmm.
that, oh, I made it, like, you know what I'm saying? I was trapping, I was doing it. No, nigga, no, you didn't. But
Right.
the little kid that's listening to that song, is thinking, oh, I can be like Lil Wayne if I do this and do that. You feel
Right.
me?
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Right. Now he
So,
got a double.
like,
Now he got a
this
double
is what I
cup.
mean. Now, yeah, now he got a double cup. You feel me? We can even talk about
Mhm.
Chris Brown. Let's talk about that
Mhm.
nigga. You think that
Okay.
nigga? Let me ask you a question, bro. Let me ask you a question, cuz
What's up, brother?
if you think that nigga Chris Brown is really blood?
I mean, I think that he wore it throughout his career unapologetically. He
I
made it
mean, do
clear that
you
he was
think
wearing
that
red, but as far as do I think he's really thoroughbred, living the life of a blood?
like
No, because he's not
literally
able,
blood?
with the career as successful as his, bro, you're not gonna convince me that you have the time to be a blood, bro. You know what I'm saying? What can you contribute to the organization or the gang, so to speak?
To the
Or
game.
who put
Yeah,
you
yeah,
down,
yeah.
and where does your paperwork come from? Where does your information pull up at? Where is your
Yeah,
name
yeah.
valid? Without people
Uncle
who just
Murder said
happen to
that.
be associated with Chris Brown, because a lot of these niggas buy their street credibility, let's be honest. They get millions of
Exactly. I
dollars,
was about
and
to say,
a lot of these quote
Like Lil
unquote
Wayne,
gangsters, yeah,
Yeah, like
these
Lil
gangsters
Wayne.
in the
That
hood
nigga
stamp
ain't.
these guys because they got the money to come through and bless the hood. They turn their head at the fact that these people is fraud. They still allow them to come in their hood and be good in their hood because they coming through and they're paying their way. They're checking in and they're paying their way. So as long as they're doing that, they're good. AKA 6ix9ine. The moment that he wasn't able to feed them the way that they felt they wanted to
Snitch Nine.
feed them,
His
closed
name
in.
is Snitch Nine.
Snitch
Snitch
nine,
Nine.
bro. But at the
Snitch
same
Nine.
time,
Yeah.
it's just an example as to that's how it is. Like, a lot of people bought their street credibility, but these people who bought the street credibility, they don't understand, or they do understand and don't care that their music is promoted to the masses, and then there's youth who's actually living this stuff that you rapping about because of how hot the song was, because of how hard the song was. Now you got them playing that song while they go do a drill, which is another thing I wanted to get into real quick. Is we saw the era of
Yeah.
Crunk, Lil Jon, and the East Side Boys. That was one of the things that started
Yep.
to, quote unquote, let's say, boost the prison rate. I promise you, the prison rates,
Right. Right.
especially in the South, got boosted when we had Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. I'm in Atlanta. I saw that movement. And although they made awesome music, to us at the time, we didn't understand the damage that was being done. And then you have the newer generation. And this is scary because it gets worse. You feel me? It only gets worse.
Mm.
They was warning us in the 90s of the 2000s. The 2000s was crazy. Now it's like we're going into the later 2000s and it's not looking good. Like, now we got drill music. And see, drill music done
And
caused
then now,
more
see that's
bodies
real.
than any other genre. This was by far the worst, but it's the most recent movement that, and you get what I'm saying, that shifted the culture, and it is boosting the
That's a whole
prison
fact.
system. So
That's a
it's
whole
gotten
fact.
so bad.
That's a whole
These some
fact.
of these drill it's gotten so bad. Some of these drill artists is trying to retract their statements on their message. Like even Lil Durk trying to, oh, I'm the voice. I'm cleaning it up because he understood that not only was the feds on you, but also what you're doing is proving damage, and y'all don't want to be held responsible for the damage that's happening. Y'all don't want to get tied in to being held responsible as leaders of why this community is killing each other to your music. Drills happen every day because of a genre y'all started. Chief Keef,
Because
Lil
y'all
Durk,
made it.
all of y'all.
Yeah,
So now that
yeah,
it's too late
yeah.
and the damage is done, now y'all want to wash y'all hands from it. See, this how shiesty they is. They made they millions already. They done put themselves in position, their kids in position, their families in position already. Now they're, oh, I'm the voice. Now I'm positive. I don't want your positivity, bro. You too late. That's my opinion. Because you already done did the damage. You feel me? I got young niggas that I know personally DMing me from prison. And I remembered the music they listened to. They listen to that stuff. You feel me? I mean, I listened to it, but I was old enough to look at it as entertainment. But these kids don't know no different. They literally trying to live by the audio. And the audio
Talk
waves, you
that
feel
shit,
me?
bro.
It's it's
Yeah,
it's
yeah, nah, talk
it's
that shit.
they weaponized the music. They weaponized our music. We created it. We made it something that was home to us. We finally had something that, as a black man, black woman, we could be proud of. This is our thing. But it got infiltrated through the pushing of certain messages. Like I said, it's gonna always be gangster rap in all these genres. But why is it that all of this shit gets a pass and gets through and hits the radio? But when you got a conscious dude that has a message and it's still dope, you would like the song, but nah, I can't let this play because this shit just ain't really the type of vibe you know what I'm
Cause,
saying? It ain't
cause
really turned up enough. It ain't,
nobody's gonna be fucking with it. It ain't turned
nah,
up. Ain't nobody
nah.
fucking with it. Ain't nobody like
Mhm,
really doing it or whatever. So then you turn it down. Yeah, nah, that's
mhm.
100%.
You know, and then you
Continue,
have the
continue.
J. Cole's and you have the Kendricks that y'all let come in between the cracks, the couple conscious guys, shout out to them, but y'all only give us a few. And that, I know it's open discussion about those individuals too, but I'm saying
I'm about to say, nigga, cause Kendrick,
I'm
that nigga
waiting
worship
on
the
that.
devil.
Waiting on
Yeah,
that, bro. Like
that nigga worship the devil, cuz. Like, I'm gonna tell
he
you
had the
right now,
thorn
name.
cross. I know what you meant to say.
Yeah,
He had the
yeah.
thorn diamond.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
Anybody
tweaking.
who even try to, and anybody who try to perceive themselves or portray themselves as Jesus, they worship the devil. That's how I feel.
Definitely,
That's the,
definitely giving
that's
blasphemous vibes. Real
blasphemous
blasphemous
vibes.
vibes. I feel like this.
Like,
Um I am not a Muslim man, right? But does that mean that I
right?
can mimic the honorable Elijah Muhammad? Absolutely not. And they're not going to do that because they know that that organization, they take they take the nation very seriously and they hold
They
themselves
will
to a
come for
standard,
your
and they
ass.
will approach you if it's an issue. You will be approached and it will be cleaned up very quickly, whether you're going to come out and retract your statement or you're going to stay what you're doing, and then they're going to act accordingly. But see, people want to kind of
Malcolm X.
they want to play with the Christianity and stuff like that because they know that they're going to turn the other cheek, so to speak. They're going to, and that's bully behavior. Just respect all races, have the same energy. If you don't believe that, that's cool. But live and let live, my dog. You don't have to necessarily come out like you Jesus, because you're not Jesus, bro. You feel me? At the end of the day, if you want to portray, you know, a monk or someone in the past that has set the standard for how you think and who you are, don't attack nobody's religious beliefs. You feel me? I mean, if you ain't gonna
Facts.
try a Muslim, don't try nobody with a belief. That's just me. It gives bully
Facts.
vibes, and it's
So
lame.
so
It's
look,
lame.
so look, so let's do this. I need you to shout out, like, you know what I'm saying?
So
Like you killed that on a good level. Like
appreciate it.
that's
Yeah, yeah, man.
100% facts. So let, so let everybody know what's going on, that what's going on, with
Promotions
you,
and
my
stuff, right?
G. Like, you know
Okay.
what I'm saying? From like, you know what I'm saying? Cause I
Introduce myself.
your TikTok joint. Introduce yourself, bro. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
Talk that. Take it.
Um,
Go ahead.
yeah. First off, man, thank y'all everyone who's tuning in, everybody who got something out of what we discussed today, man. This is everyday topics, man. Y'all can check more of me out. I do a little bit of everything, man. You know, I do motivation on TikTok. I've been, dropping my videos and just spreading my thoughts, just on a spiritual tip and self-help tip. You could catch me on TikTok at Danny Moore 101. Also, my Instagram is The Real Danny K. I do music as well. So that's why it was fun to talk about this topic, because we're in the studio having these conversations all the time. So anyway, thanks for letting me express some of that, bro. But yeah, I do a little bit of everything, man. And you can find me on those platforms. Like I said, TikTok is my full name, Danny Moore 101. That's my TikTok page. Check it out. A lot of motivation on there. And The Real Danny K for IG. So yeah, that's in a
You
nutshell what it
already.
is. I'm an artist, a
You
motivational
already.
speaker, working on holding consultations, things of that nature. Once you get to know my platform, you'll see the rest of the movement. But yeah, definitely, that's what
You
it is.
heard. You heard. So
That
I
part.
want to tell y'all, man. Yo, I appreciate my homie Trell,
Most
Danny
definitely.
K, coming through for the show, man. I appreciate it, man. It's Broken Mute
So
Button Network. You know what I'm
right.
saying? I'm just saying, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Please subscribe, like and subscribe. You know what
Do
I
that.
mean? Shout
Tap
outs
in.
to everybody. Tap in, man. Tap in and tune in, or you're gonna be tuned out. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So it's Green Street. It's Green Street Purple Gang all day.